Hey, what's going on? Rob with 3STRONG here. I recently talked about reactive eating and how some people let emotions drive their actions as opposed to being focused on a goal and having every action work towards that goal. And in the end, achieving that goal. Well, let me describe reactive people and proactive people. I'm sure any of you in business or have taken business classes, I'm sure have heard this little speech or whatever. Well, I'm going to apply this to diet and training, and it's really no different than in the business world. And I'm just going to go through this list. And these qualities may not be a blanket statement of you as a person overall, that this is how you are with every aspect of life. It depends on what you feel comfortable with. If you have more knowledge and expertise in one thing, you are obviously going to be a little bit more proactive in making things happen in that arena. If you have a little bit less knowledge and less confidence and you're outside your comfort zone with other things, you're going to be a little bit more reactive. So I'm not pointing the finger at anyone in particular and saying that this is who you are in general, but you might have qualities of both sides depending on how comfortable you are and what level of knowledge and experience you have with a certain area. Okay? So, reactive, proactive. The reactive person lets things happen. They have to wait to react. But for you to react to something, something else has to happen first. Did you create that thing? No, you're just waiting for things to happen, so you're letting it happen in front of you. Proactive people, on the other hand, they make it happen. When this applies to exercise and eating, for instance, it would be, well, you know, if I could fit it into my schedule, totally fine, but I'll just see how the day lays out. And if I have time for it at the end, I'll go to the gym. Proactive people go, this is on my schedule. I am going to go to the class. I'm going to go work out after work without fail. I'm going to make it happen. There's no question about it. If something comes up, it can wait. The reactive person is also emotion driven. So as other situations unfold in front of them and then they react to it, it's also kind of an internal struggle as well, dealing with the stresses of life. You know, wow, I feel great. This is, you know, I'm gonna celebrate by taking a day off. I feel bad by taking a day off. So I'm going to take a day off. You know, the emotions drive the decisions. On the other hand, the proactive person says, yes, I'm having a bad day, but if I skip this workout, that's not going to get me closer to my goal. If I don't plan my meals out for the next day, if I don't set these things in motion, it's not going to get me closer to my goal. So the proactive person is looking ahead. And does it help or hurt my goal? Yes or no? Another one. So since the reactive person is waiting for things to happen, you are essentially giving up control. They are giving up control to some external force or some emotional state that they're in, and it's completely out of control. This isn't good, obviously, because you want to take control. You want to have control of your diet. You want to have control over your schedule. But by giving up control, it makes it so much easier to make excuses, because then it's not you. It wasn't me. I had a bad day. My boss is a jerk. It was his fault or her fault. You know, I couldn't possibly fit it into my schedule. That's not me. That was my schedule. Stuff came up, you know. What am I supposed to do? Everyone was having dessert around me. I couldn't say no to dessert. That's not me. You know, it was somebody else. It was peer pressure. Why? Don't point at me. I'm perfect. It's not my fault. Come on. I'm an innocent bystander here. The proactive person is going to take control and learn how to say no. Yeah, I was at a party and everyone was having dessert. Well, what did you do? I said no. Well, why? Because that's not going to get me closer to my goal. Didn't you want it? Yeah, but by me saying no to dessert, it's not going to get me. It's going to get me closer to my goal. Yeah, I was having a bad day, but you know what? I couldn't skip that workout. I had to take control. It's me that is making the decision. And if I screw up, you know whose fault it is? My own. Because who gets to see the changes of my diet and my training? Me. Okay? And that is not a selfish thing. It's not selfish to focus on yourself and take control. And it's also good, take some personal responsibility for your actions. I know it's difficult for people to have the finger pointed at themselves, but you know what? You're going to feel a lot better in the end. And at the end of this, the reactive people are purely surviving. I'm just getting by with what I can eat. I'm just getting by with the amount of time I have to work out. While the proactive people, since they've taken control, they've focused on their goals, they are thriving because they're seeing the results. They're sticking to the plan, they're executing the plan, and they're making it happen. And making it happen is thriving. Okay, guys? Take a look at both those sides. Where do you land when it comes to training and exercise? You might be proactive in everything else, and unfortunately you're not seeing the physical results because you're being reactive on the diet and training side. Okay, guys? Think about that. I'll see you tomorrow.